Hello all, I hope everyone is well. Welcome to my channel. So today I am back with a very interesting SQL problem. It's like let's understand the data first, then we will jump into the solution. So here we have been given a table where there are two columns, basically date and cells. So you can see that the dates are consecutive, starting from 1st January till 10th January, and each and every date there is a corresponding cells. Okay. So these two columns are there, and we need to find out something called a result column based on the given data. So how you need to get the result column is basically is let's say for 4th of January, right? So 4th of January we have got the result as 1. Why it is 1? Just because we need to find out in a way that if the sales amount for a particular date, okay, if the sales amount for a particular date is there for previous 3 days. Okay, so if you see for 4th of January, the sales amount is 29, and this value is present in 1st January. So this value is present in the previous three consecutive dates. So one of the dates is available, right? So that's why it is 1. Okay, so if this value is available is any of the previous 3 days basically. So ready line is present here, so that's why it is 1. But if you see 36, it is not present and it doesn't have three consecutive previous days because it only has two. So that's why we have got it as 1. For 2nd January, we don't have the data for previous 2 days. Only we have only one day's data, so that's why it is also 0. And 1st of January also we have 0 because we don't have a data for previous 3 days. For 3rd also it is same because we don't have a data for only we have data for previous 2 days, but we don't have data for previous 1 days. Okay, but if you suppose like for 3rd January we have 36, for 1st and 2nd if we have any of them, okay, so like if you have 36, just consider it as 0. Okay, because we don't have 3 days of data, so minimum requirement is like you should have three days of data previously, like you should have previous 3 days of data, then only it will be considered. Okay, so even if you like for 3rd January, if you have 36, so let's say for 1st January also you have 36, you need to discard it just because you don't have enough data, because you don't have three consecutive previous days data. Let's say for 8th of January, right? So for 8th of January also it is 1. Why it is 1? Because 8th of January that is 57. But if you see for 5th of January also it is has it the data has 57. So because of this, the 8th of January it is 1, right? Because in the previous 3 days, one of the days, it has the same cell amount, right? For 65 also, if you see, this also gets satisfied. Okay, so that's why it is this result is 1. So I hope this is clear what I'm trying to convey, and I will give the script to my description box. If anyone wants to give it a try, please try it on your own and post your solution in the comment section, as I always say. Okay, so let's just jump into the solution. Okay, let's just jump into the solution. So here I have already created the data. Okay, so this is the data that I have already created, and we need to kind of figure out the result column. So what we are going to do is, so think about it that, so if you so what I'm going to do here is I will again join this, we are going to use self join here, so we are going to join the same table with itself, and kind of try to figure out that, let's say for this one, for 5th row, right? So if I somehow join this column, okay, if join this column with all the previous columns, okay, and we kind of take it from last 3 days of data, okay, then that is our intention, right? So what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say for 5th row, and if we try to join this 5th row with all the previous rows and take the this last 3 days of data, then our intention is to find out this result, then it will be done, right? So for that, what we need to do here is, let's say I'm joining, let me write a fresh one. Start from table, tvl as a, okay, and I am just doing a self join. So inner join TBL as B, right? And okay, now think for, let's say, for this particular row, this row will get joined with all the previous rows. So for each and every row, that will get joined with all the previous rows, right? Correct. So what I'm going to write is on a dot, date, must be greater than equals to b dot date. Let me write it. I will tell you how it's happening. So a dot date, right? Expression of non-boolean type. Yeah, expression non-boolean. Okay, on a dot date equals to greater than equals to b dot date, right? So yeah, so what I'm saying is for a dot date, let's say for this one, greater than equals to b dot date, right? So if you see, all the rows will get matched, right? So now, what I'm going to do is, so what we need from here, so we need, let's keep all the columns. A dot date, as I'm just changing the name, let's say for this a dot date, then I'm taking b dot date, okay, date b, comma, what are the things we need? A dot cells, right, as cells a, and b dot cells. So I have taken all the necessary columns, okay, into the select clause, okay. Yeah, so I'm just reformatting just to see it in, okay. Yeah, so we have taken all of this, right? We have taken all of this. Now if I run this now, this point, what will happen? Okay, this might, you might get it difficult what is happening. So let's just give an order by clause, order by a dot date, okay. So if I keep order by a dot date, and now if I run this, so if you see, for 0404, if you see, it has been joined with all the previous rows, right? So 0411, 0412, 0403, and 0404, right? So we got what we need. So if you see, for 04, one of them is getting matched, right? So then we can say that this result will be 1. So somehow we are, trying to get what we need, right? Now what we are going to do here is, so we will just check the count for each every date underscore a. Why it is needed, I will let you know. So what I'm doing is count of star, let's say over by clause, partition by. So what I'm going to do is, for each and every date a, I'll see how many counts are there, right? So partition by what? Partition by date a, right? So that is nothing but a dot date, right? Partition by a dot date, right? As I'm just giving a name as count for each date, let's say, okay. So now if I run this, so you'll get a count. Let's say for 03, how many counts are there? Because 3, because for 03 we have 3 records. With that 03 we have 3 records. For 04 we have 4 records. That's what we got here, right? I think till this point everything is clear, right? So now put this into a city. So with, let's say I'm just creating a city, prepare data as, and you know we don't need the order by clause inside the city, so I'm just removing this. So we have created the city. We will just use this table in our next step, right? Now what we need, okay, so what we need from here, so we need some kind of um, you know um, so we got this data. Now we just think about it, because 04, if you see 04, or let's go to the 05 thing. So 05, which are the things we need? We need these three, right? Because the 05, when it is getting similar, like for date A and date B, when both are same, we need to discard those because we don't need this, right? Right, we don't need this. So we don't need this, as well as we need only 2 3 4. We also don't need 0 1, because last three the previous 3 days of data we need, right? For that, what I'm going to do is just follow this, select star comma So I'm going to create a row number. Okay, I'm going to create a row number. Okay, I'll create the row number later. Let's first understand that. So prepare data as a, okay, prepare data as a, where, so see what I'm going to write. If you see for date and date B, when it is 1st of January, the very first record, we don't have any kind of you know we don't have we only have only one record for the 1st January, right? For 02, if you see, we kind of need to discard this thing, right? 02, where 0102 equals to 0102, because we only are concerned about when there is a non-match with data and date B. If you see for 05 also, right? 05, last 3 days of data, previous days of data we need, right? So we don't need this 0505, so only we need previous 3 days of data. So that is nothing but 2324 2223, sorry, 0102 0103 and 0104. We also don't need this. But for 01 case, as we don't have any previous days of data, so we need to keep it, right? Right, you got my point, right? If you look at for 07, it would be very easier, because we need previous 3 days of data. That's what I'm trying to mention, that's what I'm emphasizing here. We need previous days of data, 3 days of data, so we don't need this, right? We only need 06 05 04. We also don't need 0302 for 07, right? We don't need those, so we only need 04 05 06, and we don't need 07 equals to 07. So for that reason, to keep that in mind, and for 010, as we only have one data or one record, so we need to keep this also, right? For that reason, what I'm going to do is, just follow carefully. So what I'm going to do is, we just take this is a very tricky thing, so we will take this first of all, because we all need this record, right? For data equals to 0101, we need this record, and I'm saying or I'm saying date A not equals to date B. Okay, I think this is clear, right? Right. What I'm saying, select star from prepared data as if where count for each date equals to 1. So this will keep this record. Also, or a dot data not equals to a dot date B. So if you see for the next time onwards, this will exclude those records, right? These records will get excluded. This record will get excluded, right? So all of those will get excluded, right? Now, when you do this, create a row number. Why you need to create a row number? I'll come to that point. So what I'm going to do is row number over partition by row number over partition by date A, okay, order by date B descending, okay, as give them as row number. Okay, so I have created a row number. Okay, just I'm formatting this to understand it better. So I have created a row number, and I have excluded wherever both are similar, when we have more than one record for a particular data. Also, we have, if we have only one record for a particular data, then we are going to keep it. So if you run this, I think this is clear, right? So if we run this, you will see what I'm trying to say. See that 0101 is there. Though if it is similar, we are able to keep it just because of this condition, right? And from the next time onwards, if you see for 02, 02, 0102 and 0102 was there, right? So we have deleted those records, right? If you see for 0303, we have also deleted those records, right? Now, if you come to 0707, right? So if you come here, right? If you are here, if you see, previously we had something like data equals to 2023-0107 and date B also 2023-0107. So now we are not getting, so we have deleted those records. So we have discarded those records. But still, if you see for 07, sorry, this one, right? 07, we don't actually need, we only need previous 3 days of data. So we need 6, 5, and 4. We don't need 03, 02, and 01, right? So this also needs to be discarded or needs to be deleted, right? For that reason, what I'm gonna do is, so just write a select clause, select star from, and make this as a subquery. As a, where, now if you look very carefully, for each and every date A, let's say for this one, for 08, right? This is 08. So we need only 3 days of data, right? Only previous days. It's 1, 2, 3. So we don't need 4, 5, 6, 7. If you look at carefully for 09, we need only 3 days of data. That is 8, 7, 6, like 1, 2, 3. So row number equals to 1, 2, 3. Don't need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm giving a condition where that's why we need the row number. So row num less than equals to 3. Okay. So if we kind of run this now, so we get kind of a row number, right? We kind of a table where if you see that those things have been deleted. So for 08, if you see the next, so we only get 3 records for 08, 06, 7, 06, and 05. For 9 also we get 876. For 8 I get 765. For 7 we get 654, right? For 6 I get 543. So this is something that we get till that point. So I hope this is clear till this point, right? So we are able to actually get wherever we need or what are the rows we need for the last three, previously 3 consecutive days. Okay, so till that point it's clear. Now what we're going to do is just bear with me for some time, so we'll be able to complete it. So we got this data, right? Now this is very simple step that you need to follow to get the result now. So we don't need all, so we need only date A. So just keep date A. We need cells A, right? We need cells A, and we need to create the result, right? To create the result, so we need a case when statement. So what is the case when statement? So now if you see for 04, one of them, so let's say for 07, right? Or for 08, right? So what I'm going to write to create the result. So I'm going to write case when, okay? So case when this value less than 3, then 0. Why this condition? Think about it. Let's say for these two result, right? 0, 2. So it will be always 0, right? That's what I told, because we don't have any data, previous 3 days of data for 0, 2, and 0, 1. So if we don't have previous 3 days of data, then simply say that the result is 0. Okay. For that reason, whenever the count for each day that is less than 3, then directly say 0. Okay. Next condition is when count for each date, okay, greater than equals to 3 and cells A, okay, equals to cells B. Okay, so I'm just doing a very step-by-step thing for you to understand. So when I'm saying is cells, if it is greater than equals to 3, for like let's say for this result, right? For this result, for 03. 03 also we have 2 days of data, less than 3. So if we, so for 03, also we don't have previous 3 days of data, right? So I think the condition is wrong. So less than equal to 3, then 0, because okay, so for this thing, if it is less than equal to 3, then 0, because 3 also we don't have previous 3 days of data, right? So this is less than equal to 3. And if it is greater than equal to 3, sorry, greater than 3, like from starting from here, right? Starting from here, if it is greater than 3 and cells A equals to cells B, then 1, else 0, and as result. Okay, so now what I've done, let's say for this record, right? So let's say for this one, right? So this is greater than 3, count for each is greater than 3, right? Is 4. And what I'm saying is cells A equals to cells B. So for this record we'll be getting 0, for this record we'll be getting 0, but this record will be getting 1, correct? So now if I run this, we'll be getting like this. Okay, so we'll be getting, let's say for 04, we'll be getting 1. So I'm just keeping some of the other uh, this thing so for you to understand what I'm saying. So put row num also, and if I run this now, see, for this what I'm saying, count for each state less than greater than 3, so it is greater than 3. And whenever cells A equals to cells B, so keep the cells B also, so for you to understand. Now if I run this, so if I run this, so if you say this cells A equals to cells B, then it is 1. For if you see for 08, right, for 08, uh, if you see for 57, so you are getting 1, the rest is 0. Now it is, so this is something that we need now. So I just kept it for you to understand. I'm just deleting it. So this is something that we got. Now we need some kind of this output, right? So if you remember, so we need something like this for each and every date. What is the result, right? But we are getting a kind of a duplicated thing, right? It's very simple. So you just need to, do some kind of check here. Is basically like uh, what I need to do here basically is like use a max function. Okay, so use a max function here, and you just do a group by, date A comma cells A. Okay, so what I'm doing is, let's say for this group, right, for this group, suppose you have, like for 0104 we have another one here, right, and it is 0. Okay, so suppose like there are two values which are matching, right, or three values which are matching, then all of them will be 1, right? So you just take the maximum value. Okay, just take the maximum value for each data and cells A, and just make a group by. Okay, so when you make a group by, so you'll be getting only one record for each data and cells A, right? So what you need to do is Control Z, right? Now you just run this. You'll be getting like this, right? For 08, we okay. So now just try to sort it. Just try to sort it order by data. Okay. So now if I run this, so for 01 it is 0. For 05, 04 it is 1 because 29 is present, right? In any of the records for the previous three records. In any of the record for the previous three records, it is present, that's 1. For 57 also, if you see, this is present in 05, right? That's why it is 1. For 65 also, it is the same thing. So this is the thing, but now what you need to do is date. You just change it to as date. Okay, and cells it as cells. Now if you run this, okay, you will be getting the exact output that I'm looking for, right? So you'll be getting the output like date, cells, and result, right? That's what we need, right? That's what we need here, right? This is something that we have talked about. Okay, so in this way you can solve this problem. I know that this is kind of tricky, that I have tried my best to explain it. If you have a better solution, please try to post in the comment section. I think that will really helpful for you. That will be really helpful for you for next when you will be going for the interview. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, thank you, bye.